Thank you, Timo. I was muted. I did not realize that I was muted that whole time. I was just carrying on talking to myself.
I heard you.
I heard me. That's important. Appreciate you, Timo. Yep, I've been doing this for 6 months, and I still mute myself.
It's
Sometimes.
only been 6 months. Feels like an eternity.
Thanks.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I meant that in a compliment. I don't know how, but
Okay, well, as I was saying, you all saw the title of the stream. You know what it is. We are going to be getting into something that most people do much earlier, but I felt it wasn't really appropriate for Strahd to invite the party in until he actually regarded them as less than little peons to be
oh,
flicked
baby, we're moving
around.
up.
So,
What's above little peon to be fucked around?
you'll find out later. Before we
Aw.
get there, why don't you go ahead, Ted, and start us off with four initiative, or not initiative, I'm sorry, inspiration.
What? Already? Goddamn. Dangerous
No.
fucking dinner. I will go up to the recap until all those shots you made me take kick in.
I didn't make you take
So,
shit. You said you were doing that.
I'm pretty sure you're like, for every crit, you gotta take a shot. And I was like, well, okay, Derek, it's that or you cancel on me. So I guess I have to do what you say, because I want to play D&D.
I would never do that.
um, but we ended up on some, I was gonna say fake ass island, but it was pretty awesome. We were enjoying it for quite some time. Until, did Psy rain on the parade? Somebody rained on the parade, and it was like, guys, I think this is all fake. We were like, oh man. We had our little hammocks and everything. We were living it up. We were eating good crab. But they're like, no, this is Boggy Lasagna's island or something. And we're like, god damn it. So we went to the cave, found a cave, went into the cave, got attacked by shadow hounds.
Well, you're missing a part, pretty important part there, I feel. It was pretty important anyway.
With the island.
There was a shipwreck.
There was a shipwreck.
Yeah, you guys took the boat out to the shipwreck. You swam down, found a music box that was a music box that your father had found after recovering it from the named ship that you just saw go down in front of you on the island.
Oh right, yes, I do remember watching it sink. Yes, that reminded me. We saw it sink, and we're like, well, that was suspicious. Went out there and found that. It's like, oh no, how dare you fuck with my emotions.
And then when you started playing the music box, then like the fucking sky turned to like black. The fucking sun was covered up, and it was just all red and blackish, like streaking all across. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it went from paradise to not paradise real fast.
But then the cave was accessible.
Um, went in there. I think they were shadow hounds. They were something because they were able to come out of the shadows and they were getting in all the cracks and crevices. Which, fun fact, very tight cave. That was not fun. In fact, I don't think Gore could get up towards the boss at all. So we had to all backtrack towards him because he was too thick.
Yeah.
Which sucked. And then of course, whatever her name was, Bongo Lazaga was there. And I'm pretty sure she damn near annihilated us. I remember getting hit by something extremely strong at one point. She casted some sort of spell and it hurt like a motherfucker.
She classed Cloud Kill.
Oh. Fucking Cloud Kill? Hang on, wait a second. Am I remembering that right? Billy Lasagna. Okay, no. For some reason I thought that was ninth level. I was like, Jesus Christ. But, and I think we ended up winning, technically. I guess, yeah. What's her name had to give up her ability to, like, love and shit, but is that really that important in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, so basically what ended up happening was Flintlock went down. And,
Yeah, it sounds like Flintlock.
Baba Lazaria. God damn it, now you got me fucking saying it. Baba Lysaga, she threatened you all, saying that she is that Strahd is not the only one capable of taking people's souls in this place, and that she was fully capable of doing it to Flintlock as well. And it was up to you whether or not that happened, and she wanted to know what you were willing to trade for the Gobbo. After a moment of silence, like nobody really said anything, the human woman Esmeralda traded her. She's a Vistani, but the Vistani are human. She traded her ability to love, and from then on, Flintlock awoke.
Well, that's not good.
He was at one hit
I mean-
point. It's not like all his wounds were mended or anything.
Well, no, I meant like losing a giant fraction of, basically your soul. That's rough.
Yep, she traded it away for the little Gobby Gobbo.
Well, shit. I guess we'll have to pay her back for that.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh man, now fucking Flintlock's gonna be all depressed.
Yeah, that is. I can absolutely assure you that is going to happen. 100%. Yeah. Well, I guess we will go ahead and come in on what we're going to be doing for this session. So before we do, shout out to Aeon Bar Cartography. Let me double check if that's the right link. Please be the right.
Oh, and we
link.
got the book. Obviously, that's important.
Yes, and you got the book. You got the Tome of Strahd. Shout outs once more to Aeon Bar Cartography on Patreon. This is where I got all of the maps that you are going to see tonight that aren't straight out of the book. And it is a very high possibility that you're going to be seeing a lot. It took me all day yesterday and then a little bit more time today to get prepped for this. So we're good though. We've got it prepped and ready, and that's good news.
That's good news.
That's good news. As the party makes their way across the bog, it's far too shallow now for you to be using the boat, but as you're trudging through the swamp, after about an hour of bleeding and weary, stumbling around in the fog, you make your way back to what you assume to be the road. It's fractured and broken here, but you can see circling above, carrying a lantern, is a raven.
Oh god, please don't tell me.
She flies
Ah, god damn it.
north
Well,
to the clearing that you originally met Arya at.
son of a bitch. Well, I guess we'll go head that way then. As low as I am to see her.
As you arrive, she is transformed back into her humanoid form, and as she looks you over, she says, "Oh my goodness, what happened?"
Oh, well, Grandma was a little pissed off. We got the book though. Our friend here did lose her capacity of love, which I guess is a not the best victory we could have achieved. Since Flintlock decided to take a dirt nap.
Flintlock hasn't said a word since coming back and being explained what happened to.
Well, he's gonna have to snap out of that, but I'll give him some time. So, how are things on your end?
She nods. This is great news.
Oh, yeah. Good news.
These are 2 of the 3 requirements. This is wonderful news, Captain.
Should I be careful around this thing?
The tome?
Yes.
She kind of tilts her head. I am not certain what you might find within. Cyric says, I read all that was legible. Everything else was weathered with age or smudged in blood or ink. Arya says, still, it's probably best to be careful with that. Cyric kind of turns her nose up. I don't need to be careful.
I mean, kinda. Everyone here has officially died at least once. Who's died? Flintlock's died twice, I think. Actually, we've all died a lot. I've lost count.
Flintlock just narrowly avoided dying his 3rd time, just now.
Hey, look at the bright side, buddy. You didn't die a 3rd time.
Yeah. Gorgonor has died 2 times, but he now has an artifact. Cyric has died 2 times, but she now has an artifact. You have died 2 times, and Flintlock has also died 2 times. Neither one of you have artifacts.
Luckily, I've got Ghost Dad. Or however we're gonna canonize the fact that I am immune to that.
What do you mean?
The card. I don't get insanity anymore.
Forgot about that for a moment. You're right.
I didn't, because that's quite important.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about it earlier this week. I was like, that kind of gives me license to fuck with his senses and shit.
Nope, fuck you.
Nope, can't do that, can I?
Nope. I'm immune to death effects, which means I could be stupid and reckless.
I mean,
Not really.
I still wouldn't, but yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't. But it helps, because that means the third artifact. Well, I mean, I'm going to take the third artifact. That's the sword. So tough shit, Flintlock, but we'll figure it out.
Flintlock gonna get fucked.
Yeah, he's not having a good time.
Nope, he's really not having a great time.
Sucks.
All
Well,
right.
cheer up, buddy. There's other with this. Wait, how does Esmeralda feel?
Excuse me. She's not robotic. She's like got emotions and shit.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't imagining it turned into like an android or something. Like she only lost one emotion, right?
Yeah. She lost her capacity for love, which would probably have some kind of other implications.
I'm sure.
But
Oh, that's good.
she seems kind of pissed off. She's
Yeah.
She doesn't
I'd
really
imagine.
remember what happened.
Oh. Well, I imagine we would tell her if she asked. Now, don't ask me the specifics of how that worked, because I have no idea how fucking magic functions. I'm just a pirate. But, yeah, she took your ability to love.
She looks kind of crestfallen for a moment, and then, like, her face kind of turns sideways, and she's like, I should expect that I feel sad about this or something, but I suppose it will all make it all the easier to do what I have to do. And she looks you like dead in the eye. Kill whatever monsters stand in front of me.
That's what I call looking at silver linings. See, Flintlock, it ain't so bad. She's fine.
He's like looking at her while she's talking, and then his head like kind of droops again when she's finished.
Well, you'll get back up there, little buddy. There's a bunch of Vistani women in Barovia. I think.
Arya kind of like pats him on the shoulder. Cheer up, little guy. We'll figure it out, right? I mean, nothing's gone forever. Not here, anyway. And she kind of like smiles at him, but when he looks up at her, he's just got little tears in his eyes.
God damn it, Ari! Now you made him cry.
She's like, I'm sorry. Perhaps it's best I go. I'll let Erwin know that you're successful.
We're always successful. I think. So far. It depends on where your merit of success ends.
Well,
but yes.
I'll be there quicker as the crow flies, but I assume we'll see you in Vallaki by the end of the day.
Well, yeah, you know, nothing kills us on the way there.
It is nighttime.
Yay!
She says, just beware, it is always more dangerous in Barovia at night.
Well, hopefully we still have Esmeralda's wagon. We can at least try to nap in there. It'll be cramped as a motherfucker, but better than nothing.
She nods, well, I'd best be off then. Good luck.
Yeah, you too, I guess.
She transforms into her crow form and flies straight back to Vallaki.
Bye.
As you and your party gather up your belongings that you set down for a moment to talk and make yourselves ready to march the mile or two until you make your way back to the wagon, you can hear this sound off in the distance. I need a perception check.
No. Perception. Whoops. Ignore that one. I remember to use the dice tower. I'm learning.
I'm proud of you. So as you and the party like stop for a moment, Sirik says, "That sounds like a wagon."
That's odd, considering where we are.
Captain, who would make their way all the way out here in a wagon?
Well, I mean, it could be another Vistani, right? Unless Esmeralda, are you the only one that can summon a magic wagon? I guess the wagon's technically not magical, the horses. But you get my point.
Oh no, my wagon is magical. Yes.
Ah, well, is that like a common thing then?
Oh no, very much no. This is the only one that I know of.
Ah, okay, well, there goes my idea. But probably nothing good, I imagine. We're kind of out in the boonies even for Barovia. Like, we're way out here.
I suppose it's best we make ourselves ready for anything then.
Yep. Lock and load.
So everybody, very close to 1 hit point.
Yay.
Locks, loads, and makes themselves ready. When teeming out of the fog, there is 4 black horses, and they are pulling a black carriage. It skirts to a stop in a wide arc around you, making ready to very quickly head back in the direction that it came. And before any of you can react or say anything, the door pops open, and out comes an elf. He has a dark complexion. He is a male, you can tell, and he's very finely dressed. As he just thup, 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 thup. Like if he was a regular person, you imagine the pace that he would be moving at would be like, but he's looks almost like he's gliding towards you. And when he arrives in front, he pulls from the inside of his coat a black letter embossed with gold and sealed with the crest of Strahd von Zarovich.
Ah, shit. I think this is the only other elf I've seen in Barovia, other than Sai. Unless
There
I've just
was
been
one
blind.
in Argynvost, and he did tell you that there were some other Dusk Elves that lived with
That's right.
Vistani outside
The old
of the
guy.
city of Vallaki.
Huh. Interesting. What can I do you for, sir? Unless you're handing me this here letter.
He just like very prim and proper extends his hand, crooks at the elbow to place the letter in front of you to where you can see the seal, and he says, "The master has requested your attendance to Castle Ravenloft."
Oh my. He let little insects like us into his pristine home.
The master would ask that you not be late.
Well, I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Crew. And
Yeah.
elf. So I'm guessing if we refuse, death?
He looks to you one at a time. He's got eyes like a shark. Like he's an
Oh, no.
elf, but
That's the thing I know.
that's why I used it. Yeah. Like he's an elf, but it's like no light escapes his eyes. It's just this beady blackness that drinks in your torch.
Well, I'll take that as a yes. So,
He shakes his head.
Ah.
To decline would be one's own prerogative.
mm,
The master requests you attend. He emphasizes the word requests. Again, like, he says the same thing he said earlier, but he emphasizes the word requests.
Well, I suppose it would be our first look inside of that abomination he calls a castle, which could provide strategic value. However, we'd also be walking straight into the lion's den. So, opinions, everyone.
Esmeralda looks to all of you and goes, I'm not going there. I barely escaped it 3 days ago. You think I'm ready to just run back? No, you go off, Captain Alma. I will now do no such thing.
Okay, well, that's one.
It could be a good way to get a look in that big spooky castle.
Yeah, we could probably find out what kind of support systems there are. I could take the sword to it, see if I can't crack it down with maybe 2 or 3 whacks, you know.
Of course.
Captain, I think that accepting an invitation like this might quite possibly... Persephone has a way of doing things. To meet with one's enemy. That is a sacrament. It is right.
Well, we just call that parlay, and I agree. So it looks like we're all unanimous except for Esmeralda over here, which, you know, whatever. So yeah, we'll attend.
He very quickly stalks. He is waiting for you to take the invitation still and open it up.
Oh yeah. Excuse me, I forgot my prim and proper manners. I will read the letter thusly.
Natalie brought me my food and said, "Your food, Master Strahd."
No, you're feeding into him. Now he's gonna kill me harder.
So as you open the letter, I will go ahead and where is it? Where's the invitation?
Uh-oh. It was just a figment of our imagination. If I open it up and it says poo-poo loser, I'm gonna be extremely fucking pissed off.
Go ahead and read it out for chat.
Ah, it's an invitation. Let's hope I can read his handwriting. Oop, that is fancy handwriting. No, all the boomers were right. I should have learned cursive. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home. And now that I alone can release you from it, I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zarevich. I don't know why I said that. I mean, I could write that you'll save too. Well, you know, let me think. As much of a bitch as Alma can be, we do respect parlay.
Parlay is a thing.
We have let people onto our ship that I would have murdered under any other circumstances, and then we didn't murder them. At least till they got, you know, off the ship.
Well, not that day, right? Unless like.
Well, no. It's like, you know, hey, come talk on the ship. Like, hey, stop pillaging our village. And we're like, no, you know, we'll give you a day to leave. And they're, yeah, no, I don't think I will. And they're like, okay, we're like, hey, you got like a day to get the fuck out. And, you know, at that point, they don't choose to leave. That's on them. But yeah, I mean, I don't like snipe them the second they step off the boat. Honor amongst thieves, right? So maybe he'll be kind of that word. I don't know. Not well versed on vampires. They're not aquatic animals. But what's the worst that could happen? If he wanted to kill us, he could just show up right now and kill us. So there's that.
So even from where you're standing, like 30 feet away from the black carriage, where the elf Casimir is standing with like the door open, you can see that he's smiling when you say that.
Well, let's not keep the good count waiting.
Esmeralda says, I will tell Erwin that you're off to your dooms, I guess, but it's been nice, Captain. I do hope to see you again.
Yeah, you know, if I see your master there, I won't save him or anything. So, you know, all that.
She nods her head. Oh, he's not there.
Oh, at least you found out that much. See, it wasn't a total waste going there.
No, if he was there, he would have been dead. And the Count would have made sure that I knew it.
Huh. Well, have fun doing whatever you're gonna be off doing, I guess.
Resting, recovering,
Yeah.
seeing what
Not
I
a bad
still
idea.
can and can't do.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. See ya in a couple days, I guess.
So as you climb into the wagon, Casimir closes the door behind you, steps back up onto the top, and cracks for the horses to carry you. And without any problems, you make your way to Castle Ravenloft.
It's almost like he controls the land.
By the gods.
Well, now would be a good time for me to get my drink. So
Go
I
for
shall
it.
return briefly.
Gives me an opportunity to eat. Thank you for dinner, Natalie. It's wonderful. So if you guys have some booze to drink tonight, that would be the night for it, I guess. Because it's the dinner episode. Let's go. I mean, obviously, you can see the title in chat. LOL. I will gladly drink a rum and coke to honor the inevitable deaths. Aw, Timo, let's go, dude. Thank you. Much appreciated, Timo. I think I finished eating just in time. Sounds like that's him coming back now. Probably would have been a better time to cut to a break, but we just started, so I didn't really feel like it. Sorry, incredibly unprofessional. Incredibly unprofessional, so sorry.
What are you on about? I couldn't find my mugs.
Eating
What?
on stream.
Oh. I couldn't find my mug, so we're gonna do this the Alma way and just drink out of the bottle.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's mead. Not that bad.
It's pretty stout.
True, it's about
19%.
That shit do be stout, though.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Yeah, I was looking for I had like one of the old metal mugs from the Renaissance. I figured that would be thematic to drink out of, but I can't find it.
That would have been way better.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to waste like 30 minutes looking for it while we were live.
I have a green goblet that Natalie, it's hers, but she let me borrow.
Fancy.
You need to turn the music a little bit. Drunken Bard with the raid of 4. Thank you so much, DB. Welcome in, homie. Welcome in. How's it going? How was your stream? Thank you so much. We are just getting started to what we're getting to for the evening with some D&D. Thank you for the raid, though. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Get comfy. If you got drinks, get them ready to drink, because we are getting to the dinner party with Strahd portion of our campaign. Welcome in, DB. Thank you so much, buddy. Alma. So as you arrive past quite a large portion, I will read off what it is that you see on your way in. So you come to a huge set of gates as you ascend the mountain upon which Castle Ravenloft sits. The fog spills out of the forests to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming in the gray fog. Huge iron gates hang on stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars in the moonlight. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gates. And this is probably the best kept gate that you have seen in Barovia. It is just as large as the gates as you entered Barovia. However, it is, as I said, the best kept one.
Fancy.
After winding through the forests and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east. And the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. The carriage comes to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lower drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you out of their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open doors. As you are being led in through Casimir, he hands you off quite quickly to, how else to put this, one of the Bellevues. You instantly recognize it as the person before you as one of the Bellevues.
Ha! Would you look at that?
Let me see if there's an image for him.
That's the family like with the little crab dude I killed, right? Or is that another family I'm thinking of?
This is the one before you. Yep, it is that.
Let's see, have I seen this guy before? Click on it. Okay. Like the people I killed in the cemetery way back when.
Which cemetery?
The one before the Morning Lord. Not the cemetery, like up on the chapel, those 2 people in the graveyard ambushed us. And they were kind of looking like this.
Yep. Ah. So as he hands you off to Cyrus Bellevue, the mongrel folk, like, holding the lantern aloft, nods and says,
Oi. Right. Right this way then.
And Casimir very quickly disappears beyond the doors within.
Well, in we go.
Thick, cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. You make your way into the entry. The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open. Flanked by the fluttering torches and iron sconces, 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. The doors in front of you swing open as if of their own volition as you make your way into the entry, revealing a grand hall filled with the sound of organ music. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great, dusty, dimly lit hall with sputtering torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles, squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which sad but majestic organ tones resonate.
This place is fancy.
The elf that you have seen, or that you have been talking to, an elf with brown skin and long black hair, ascends the wide staircase, quiet as a cat. He wears a gray cloak over a black studded leather armor and has polished scimitar hanging from his leather belt. My master is expecting you.
Well,
Cyrus.
please don't keep him waiting.
Cyrus will show you to your quarters, but do not keep him waiting. I introduced myself before. My name is not Casimir. It is Rahadin, a taboo outside of these walls. I am the left hand of the Count, and I do his bidding in the shadows, where none may know. And with that, he disappears.
Spooky. Alabama was the right hand then, right?
Balaban is the right hand.
Was the right hand. We'll cut off the other one soon. Well, I guess that guy's gonna get in our way at some point. All these hands. Interesting. Well, we won't want to keep him waiting, so we will be a good little dinner guest.
As you begin to step towards the music, Cyrus steps in front of you.
No, you look like shit. You must clean off before you are permitted to see the Count.
Well, I mean, he caused it, but yeah, that's understandable. I guess he's also cleaning it, so that works.
He begins shuffling up the way that Rahadin went, and up the stairs he leads you. Up to the grand landing. Massive stairs rise to a landing 20 feet wide by 40 feet long. Stone arches support a ceiling covered with frescoes 20 feet overhead. The frescoes depict armored knights on horseback, their finer features faded beyond recognition. Dust floats in the air here. At each end of the south wall, a staircase rises into darkness. Between the staircases are twin alcoves, each one containing a standing suit of armor covered with dark stains. Each suit of armor clutches a mace, the business end of which is shaped like a dragon's head. Words engraved on the arches above the armor suits have been scratched out. He continues to lead you upward. And when you arrive up the stairs, there's going to be a slight stutter.
Oh no.
I'm not going to take you up each and every floor because it would take far too long. But what I will do is go ahead and take you to where he is leading you. And give you and the crew a moment. Once it stops chug-a-lugging. Come on, Fantasy Grounds, you can do it.
You made it too strong.
There's a lot of shit I had to plug in, dude. A whole lot of shit I had to plug in. Plus, I had to drag and drop all the pins that's normally in Castle Ravenloft into this. So, once again, shout out to Aeon Bar Cartography for this positively phenomenal map. Absolutely nailed it. Could not be more stoked with what we've got going on here. I'm going to go ahead and drag this to you. Oops, is that the wrong one? That is the wrong one. Not what I want. Each time I click on it, dude. Each time I click on it, it starts going like, give me a second.
It's trying.
Ooh, it's trying. That is what we're on, right? Yep, okay, good deal. So you are led in through this door. As you
I can't see. Shit.
You see where you are?
Probably 'cause, I mean, I see where I'm at, but it's probably because it's going off Alma's inability to see in the dark.
That is true. As you come to this landing, you come to a dark landing, 10 feet wide and 20 feet long. A cold draft of wind rushes down the spiral staircase at the north, and the east wall whistles mournfully through the room before streaming down the stairs to the south. An ornate square rug covers the floor to the south. Set into the west wall is an iron-bound wooden door with a wooden trapdoor set into the wall, set into the floor in front of it. Hanging on the north wall above the trapdoor is a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a serene yet penetrating gaze.
Fancy. Some nice armor.
As you make your way into the room, Cyrus opens the door, and as you come inside, he sets down to light a candelabra for you. I am going to go ahead and add that for you, and make sure I have the right color for you.
Ooh, nice.
So, as you settle in, he takes a nice goblet of wine, pours like enough for you each to have approximately like a half a glass in the carafe. And as he makes his way to the door, he says,
"Ready yourselves. The master will see you shortly."
And closes the door behind him.
Does he expect us to wash off with the wine?
As your party members begin exploring the room and like just searching around it, one of them opens the door in here where you can see, I'll just go ahead and untoggle movement lock for now. Just don't go outside of that other room. Once you make your way in here, you can see that there's like a wash bucket that's been left for all of you next to the bed.
A bucket.
As captain, I assume you would probably take first dibs.
Yep. Clean captain, clean crew, that's what they say.
Alright. So, you close the door behind you, and after a very quick scrubbing to get all the swamp grime and blood off of you,
Gross.
Uh,
I smell like shit. He was right.
You begin searching around as if you're not quite sure what you're going to wear. And at that very same moment, the closet door opens up and out comes a dress. What color would Alma probably wear, you think? To a
It would
nice
definitely be black, because we're edgy.
a nice black dress with these like
Except she does
crimson-
not like dresses.
with these like crimson red like adornments to it. It's probably one of the nicest dresses that Alma's ever seen. And as it's being like lifted out of the closet, it is laid out elegantly before you on the bed. And whatever force that laid it here closes the closet door, and you are left alone in the room with dress.
I better put it on. I'm not going to be happy about it. It is nice, though.
You find that it fits perfectly. It is exactly to your specifications.
It's a little too nice.
You can breathe just fine in it, but it still is like that Victorian look that like all the ladies went crazy for back then.
The real question is, can I backflip in it? Start doing combat maneuvers to see if it rips.
You can feel it get like tight in the back. It is not made for combat. It is made for nice dress dinner.
Ah! Just screaming from inside the room.
You
well,
can
I
hear
guess.
the door like fly open, and Gore like comes in with his sword.
What is it?
Eddie with a rate of 5. Oh my God, we're getting double rated tonight. Welcome in. Welcome in, Andy. Hi. What's up, guys? Andy, Eddie, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Ted is upset because his character, who doesn't like to wear dresses, just had a dress displayed for them to wear to a dinner party with Strahd. Gore.
Yeah, she's not having a good time.
Why do you have a little thumbs up next to your? Oh, okay, that's funny. It looks like a little Facebook like next to your thing.
But me?
Yeah, on your little token on the screen, it's funny. I can see.
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, because I still have dodge on. Let me take that off.
That's funny.
I guess someone liked my dress. I don't. I didn't. But yeah, Gorge comes in and almost on her knees, just like, don't look at me.
Captain,
I'm hideous. I'm a monster.
what happened, Captain?
He's like holding a sword, like scanning the room.
I have to wear a dress.
He kind of goes slack-jawed for a moment, looks down at you, and goes,
Sigh,
Gore.
sigh, sigh. I need you to get Flintlock. I think I found something. I think I found something that might cheer him up.
Don't cure his depression with my anxiety.
Sai like pokes her head around the door. Oh my. Flintlock, you have to look at this. It's super important, Flintlock. Come. And she's like pushing him, and he's like, what is it? And as he like gazes upon you, he begins pointing and laughing at you, and
Oh, is it funny to you?
causes
Like, you know what?
Gore to start pointing and laughing at you, which causes Sirik to start pointing and laughing at you. And
Okay,
as
get
much
it
as
out,
you
get it out.
protest and try to talk over them, Gore's booming laughter just resonates off the stonework, and it's until like a solid like 2 minutes before they finally, with tears in their eyes and like heaving over on the ground, stop laughing and collect themselves enough to wipe their eyes and look at you.
Okay, I really needed that, Captain.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad, because you know what? You're up next, Flintlock. Have fun with the magic closet. Can't wait to see what it puts on your ass.
The what?
Everyone get out. It's Flintlock's turn to wash.
You slam the door behind the young Gobbo. About 10 minutes later, he emerges. He's got this, like, very regal, with, like, epaulettes, that kind of, like, those tinsely, like, shoulder pads that kind of, like, dress off of him. He's got this, like, strap, this, like, formal strap. Looks almost like a sash that comes from his shoulder to his hip, and a monocle that's, like, attached to his like eye that's normally covered by the eye patch.
How do I look?
Nice stash.
You think so?
Maybe with no, not at all. I hate it. Maybe with that monocle, you'd actually hit what you're aiming for, though.
Hey, I got a couple of licks in that last one.
Sure you did, buddy. You look spiffy's a word.
What do you
That I've
guys
heard my-
think?
Gore's looking down at
Yes.
him.
Like a little admiral.
Look at him. He's a little admiral. Oh, where's
Far
your
too
ship?
Formal. Far too formal for a gobbo like you.
Okay, it's Sai's turn.
What are you talking about? Uh,
Getting there clean up.
I'm not changing out of this.
Oh, but you are. Those are the rules. We're under official parlay rules. And you know what that means. You're dressing whatever that thing throws at you.
Very well. Let's get this on with. As
Enjoy
she,
yourself.
closes the door behind her. After about 15 to 20 minutes, I'm not coming out.
Well, we'll come in. Door.
He just and you can hear her get knocked off from the other side of the door. She lands on her butt, but you can see that she's wearing this extremely elegant gown. It's almost avian in its features. It has these pearlescent feathers that go across the I don't know what it's called, the top part that comes across the chest. It's got all these feathers that cover all. It's modest. It's not a really showy dress or anything. I mean, it's a elegant dress, but it's not revealing or anything. Her arms are completely exposed, however, revealing her purplish dead hands. Her alabaster skin is completely from the shoulder down. You can see everything from her shoulders down. And instead of her normal blindfold, she has this kind of tiara-esque mask on that comes down over her nose, and almost it would be like a masquerade mask, except that the eyes are covered over with these very elegant sets of moonstone and pearl.
Well, do you feel like a pretty little princess? Persephone's little princess.
Captain, I hate this.
Oh, where were you when I hated it? Oh, right, pointing and laughing.
But Captain, you're a captain. I'm a priest. It's different. I'm not supposed to wear things like this. It's kind of goes against the whole point of things.
Well, that's weird. Are priests supposed to be pirates too?
No.
Okay, well, I guess we crossed that bridge way back when.
Well, help me up, will you?
Okay. Alma pulls her up.
As she gets to her feet, I've never worn anything like this before. Is there some kind of... Oh, there. And she pulls this white feathery scarf type thing, puts it up over her shoulders, and she it has these things that go all the way down over her arms, which don't completely cover her arms. The underside are still exposed, but she feels a bit more comfortable. And she trounces out of the room. Gore, it's our turn
Good
to
luck,
laugh
buddy.
at you. As the next 5 minutes go by, which kind of makes you wonder. You took about 10-ish minutes, but you're a regular sized person. Thank you for the follow, Unusual Martian. Much appreciated. As you kind of do the math in your head, Flintlock also took 10 minutes, but he's smaller, and the water probably wasn't that dirty yet. Sirik took 20 minutes. She's your size, and the water was kind of dirty, so that kind of tracks. But Gorgonor took 5 minutes, and he's way bigger than you, and the water is definitely dirtier than it was ever before. So when he comes out of the room, you can kind of smell him still. He's got that orc sweat musk going on. But as he strides out, he's wearing this it's made to be fashioned after what armor probably looked like here a very long time ago, but the metal that shapes the chest piece is more ornamental in nature. It's probably not forged of like steel or iron. It's probably forged of like some kind of tin, and then like plated with like a gold alloy to make it look much fancier without being super heavy. And as he kind of comes out, he's got these big poofy shoulders and this big poofy hat with this feather that like sticks off the front of it. He's like fastening up these boots that like come all the way up past his knees, and they like kind of cinch around the shins, so they kind of like puff up again, and you can see there's these there's puffs at pretty much all of his joints.
How do I look? Ha, fabulous, right? You thought you were gonna laugh at me. You all thought you were gonna laugh at me. I look fucking fabulous.
Oh my god. Oh, if the old man could see us right now, I think he would kill him all over again.
Gort,
We're,
you look fucking stupid.
What was that, you little shit?
He like stomps all over to Flintlock and like picks him up and begins throttling him. Are you going to intervene?
Flintlock, come on. Don't talk down to the poofy princess like that. She's royalty, you know?
Captain,
He like throws Flintlock over at you.
I deflect him with a spinning kick.
Give me an acrobatics check.
I'm sorry, Flintlock. I know you just lost the love of your life, but I don't want to get hit by a goblin.
Yeah, no problem. You you find it impossible to spin around as you normally would, but
Oh, this stupid dress.
as you just like throw your foot up, you clock him just in the head, sending him into like a backwards flip to landing on his butt on the ground, and he's like cheering, "Yeah! Again!
Oh, goodness. I think he would invite us into his home.
We're gonna get killed in this dinner, aren't we, Captain?"
Oh, I'm pretty sure we were dead the moment we stepped foot through that door. Unlike us, I'm not exactly sure he's held to any sort of parlay law, other than what he says he is, but he tends to do whatever he wants, which I can respect, because we do that too, but you know, guess we'll find out.
What's the plan here? Are we gonna try to stab him at dinner? I mean, seems like we're really walking into a trap.
No. Everyone, just so I can make this crystal clear, because I know how we get a little bit bloodthirsty in this crew, just a smidge. It's mostly Flintlock, but every now and then he gets to the rest of us. We are under strict parlay laws on our side, so everyone's going to behave themselves at this dinner, unless we are openly and violently attacked.
You can hear the door opening, and Cyrus pokes his head in.
There will be no attacking at this dinner.
Yeah, we were just saying that.
To leave your weapons up here.
Oh yeah, you know, that tracks. No problem there. I'm my own weapon. As Flintlock just saw.
As you all like unload your weaponry and whatnot, Flintlock looks at his brass cannon and goes, like, as he's like stroking the bulbous end of it, he goes,
I'm gonna miss you. Be good. Look after the long shot while I'm gone.
It'll be fine, Flintlock.
Gonna miss this sword too.
I can't remember the last time I was without my scythe either, Captain.
Yeah, actually, now that you bring it up, have I ever not held a weapon since I was a child? Oh, this is gonna feel weird. It's gonna be worse than the dress.
Well, I guess we're... What's the expression? In for a penny.
Shit on luck? Oh.
And she sets her scythe down like behind the table, across the room from where you're at. She sets her scythe like against the wall. In for a pound.
Yeah, I mean, worst comes to worst, you can just summon your god, right? Get us all out of here.
Yeah. And I think that with that, we will go to our first break, because it has been an hour, and this is about the
Power
time for
hour.
the break. So, don't go anywhere, anybody. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10, and we will return as the party gets into dinner. So, we will see you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. We surely do appreciate it. Now, I believe we were getting to the dinner. Oh, you going to bed, Andy? Good night, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you, buddy. So, torchlight flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending at a spiral staircase that goes up and down. You can see, I will read more of that later. But as you make your way into this corridor, Cyrus says,
You will not insult the master.
Of course, of course.
You are alive. You are here now, due to his hospitality and grace. You would be well to remember it.
Of course.
he opens the door, and inside
For some reason, I was not expecting people.
Oop, I grabbed the wrong one.
Oh, she's hot. Actually, they're all hot.
Oh no, they're hot.
Okay, maybe not the elf.
That was the elf that you saw earlier, by the way.
Yeah, maybe not him, but the rest of them they're all probably vampires. That's probably they're so attractive, I'm sure.
And also,
Oh
one
no!
more.
You're not supposed to be here.
As the doors are opened before you, you see before you these fine folks. Count Strahd, I am going to go ahead and cue up some music for us real quick because there's something specific that needs to be heard.
Sea Shanty 2?
Yeah.
My favorite dinner party music. Ooh, fancy.
So this is being played from the organ itself. There is no one at it. It's simply playing. You can see the keys going in. You can see the pipes opening and closing in time. It is coming from this organ, but there is no player. At the head of the table, you can see Count Strahd von Zarevich. And now I will read... oh, by the way, you can see this if you'd like.
I think all organs. That's a pretty sick looking organ. I want one of those.
Oh, yeah.
I like the statues around it.
So, 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble, supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods. Roasted breast basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silverware. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. Alma, you are sat at the head of the table. Who would you put at your right hand between your companions?
That would probably be Gore.
Gore, your oldest and most trusted.
And my biggest.
At your left hand.
Well, if we're going by seniority, that would be Flintlock. Sai was the last one to come aboard.
Flintlock takes his position at your left, and Cyric in the middle of the table. As you take your places, you can see that at the center of the far west wall, between the floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands this massive organ. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks in its tone of greatness and despair. The man across from the table, dark as the night, stares at you, and as you take your seat, he looks, and I will share with you in the chat his picture once more.
Yep. He's hot.
Yeah, he's hot.
I need to get one of these organs for the boat.
The Bellevue mongrel folk closes the doors behind you. And as the music continues on, he holds up a wine glass and ever so slightly inclines his head. Captain Alma, so pleased that you have accepted this invitation. And he takes a sip of a deep, crimson liquid that you can only assume is not Merlot.
Oh no. Oh, how could I refuse such a gracious offer?
As you take a sip of your sweet, intoxicating drink, it seems to be the champagne that you have heard of
Champagne.
since being here. Though you have not had the chance to taste any of this champagne du stop, this certainly seems to be probably some of the last reserves of it in this land. And you have the privilege of having it here at this dinner now.
Can't decide how she would react to champagne. I personally fucking despise champagne, so I'm gonna roll a constitution check real quick. Just to see if it's too rich for her blood.
Make it with
Yeah, she does
advantage
not.
because it's magic.
Ooh, it's magic champagne. Okay, well then she might like it. No, she just tested.
It is sweet and overpowering, but you can feel you and your companions healing yourself back up to maximum from
Oh no, it's healing champagne. You're telling me I live in a world where I've been drinking health potions to heal, and I could be doing it with alcohol instead?
No, this is a very specific champagne that is made from a magic seed that only can grow in the right conditions by the right people. You know the right people, but they don't have the seed.
But what you're saying is there's a chance.
Maybe in the future.
Oh yeah, she's not gonna spit it up or anything. She's gonna drink it. I mean, it's something new. Just not her favorite cup of tea.
The rest of the party
Never had
drinks
champagne
it in.
before. You know, we're built rats.
The rest of your party drinks it in, if for no other reason that it's fancy. It might not be to their specific tastes, but both Gore and Flintlock are beaming as they drink it, and you can hear Sai kind of mumble, but it's not with displeasure.
Nah, I mean, it's certainly fucking good.
The women that are seated at the table across from you, as they look to and from each and take in how each of you look. The one closest. Give me a perception check, Alma. Only you.
I'm going to perceive something so hard. Where's my perception?
You can see that she has pointed ears. The pointed ears of an elf.
Indeed she does.
She kind of locks eyes with you for a moment, looks you
Oh,
up
no.
and down, and you definitely get the feeling that she's not checking you out as much as she is considering how good your blood's probably going to taste if she gets the opportunity to kill you and drink your blood.
Sounds like checking me out with extra steps. I'm okay with it. This is fine.
The woman sitting next to Cyric is giggling to herself. She's looking at Cyric and then looking across to the darker skinned woman across from her. And she's just giggling with glee. She looks to Cyric and then it's like she's dying of laughter and just getting everything she can to hold it within herself. But like, she's busting a gut. She's really fucking trying hard to keep it in. The woman across from her, however, is very, very calm. Like, as calm as Strahd is.
Oh no, that's the dangerous one.
She's sitting there elegantly. Man, you'd swear to God she was made of stone if you didn't just see her move to take a quick sniff of the wine that
That's the woman Alma can respect.
you know isn't wine. And
That's some
set it back
steadfast moat right there. I can respect that, madam.
down. Rahadin, as you have met before. He is drinking wine, however. And he's smiling to you. looking at Gore, considering him, looking at Flintlock, and thinking about, well, you can give me an insight check if you want to try to tell what he's thinking about Flintlock.
Oh yeah, my no bonus insight. Let's do this. That's not too bad.
You forgot to roll in the tower.
Ah! I hit it every now and then, you know?
Hey,
Insight.
you're doing great, bud.
Yeah, I forget.
Hey, you did even better. You got a 16.
Yay.
You think that he absolutely abhors Flintlock, and if it wasn't for Strahd, he would just have killed him, like, real fucking quick. Like,
That's racist.
real, yeah, probably.
I think. Because he's a goblin or because he's short?
It's definitely because he's a goblin.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be that one. He's the last goblin. He's a super rare.
But Rahadin doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, they probably haven't left Barovia in before I was born, so.
Yep. So whatever wounds the goblin kind did to his, the dust elves, still fresh in his mind.
Yeah, that happens when you live for an eternity.
It do.
I mean, look at this entire module. That's literally what this is about.
It is. Across from him,
Our
the
buddy.
familiar hulking form he's actually supposed to be.
Oh God.
You know.
Did you breed the horse in here?
No, but it's, I think I forgot to turn the auto toggle size on.
I think everyone else got bigger too. Or did I? No, I'm just imagining things.
No, everybody else is right.
I was zoomed in, so it threw my perception off. I was admiring his form. So skeletal.
He is big. I thought that there was a thing to make it automatically sync to size. I was pretty sure there was. Unless he's not size large. I thought he was size large. Balaban, are you size large? Nope, he's size medium. Okay.
Big boy.
He's a large medium.
Yep, been there. I mean, if you remember, Amble was the maximum medium still like 7 foot something?
Something like that, yeah.
7'9", I think. Once you hit 8 foot, you're considered large. I remember. That's huge.
Indeed. But he is incredibly motionless, save for the pulsing green light within his chest that illuminates from within the folds, well, not folds, but the gaps in his plate mail. He simply stares straight ahead, like he's looking through Rahadin, like he's not even there. And then Strahd takes your attention again. He gestures. This all happened. You took all of this in within the time it took for him to say that opening line, gesture to you, raise his glass to you, and then take the sip with you, and then set it down. And as always, the pleasure is mine. Tell me, Captain, where you come from? What is the term when opposing parties meet?
Parlay?
Ah, parley. Yes, I have read this term. It's seafaring folk, I believe.
Aye, not so much amongst the landlubbers.
No, it was Flint? Flint, captain of the Jackdaw. Some bandit of the oceans. It was a riveting tale.
Yeah, we got quite a few of them. Some true, some less so. But then again, I'm sitting in the castle of a vampire, so what do I know what's true anymore, right?
He smiles at you. Vampire. How did a simple bandit of the ocean come to know such a word as this?
Well, I didn't for the longest time. In fact, never seen one of your kind before. except for that maid. That was the first time. And I believe our good friend Erwin filled me in on the term undead, or type of. Sai's way more familiar with them than I am.
She looks over to you, and then like she looks like she's going to look down, and then you can see her like wince as if there's something in her sight beyond sight that she cannot stand to look directly at Strahd. She kind of, yeah, I believe that my mother called you cold ones in her terms. Your mother, fitting then that I would be here in her realm. Was I my kind? You seem to know something, Sirik. Speak, I would hear it, please. And as he takes like a long draught from his wine, or from his blood, Sirik stammers over her words. I couldn't really say anything too specific, only that you require the life force of the living, and that you get that through their blood. Such simple terms. The life force of the living we get through their blood. And he, as he like looks to each of the women at the table, is this not true, my wives? We do take the life force of the living, and he picks up his wine glass again. We do drink their blood. But I would say we are prisoners. Cursed ones. The night. We are that which your mother saw fit to lock away as her first failure. Sirik just goes dead quiet.
Oh, this is news to me.
He looks to you. Oh, Captain, did Sirik not mention such to you?
I mean, it's not entirely her fault. A lot of times when she brings up the gods and stuff, I kind of glaze over with my eyes. I don't really put any stock in them. They're all a bunch of like pretentious assholes. At least the ones I've dealt with, which aren't many, but you know how it goes.
I know how it goes indeed. That is a very brazen, but astute way of putting it. Ha! Assholes. Ah, look at that. The first course is being served. And as the doors open, you don't see anything carrying it, but the finest lobster bisque that you've ever smelled, and you've smelled some fine fucking lobster bisque in your time, is laid
Finally
out
striking at my
before
heart.
you.
I mean, I understand champagne, but I know lobster bisque.
And as you smell the deep, rich aroma of the bisque, this finely crumbled parmesan and rosemary herbs just appears in front of you, grating itself against nothing, until a smooth, like melty surface is bubbling in front of you like it just came off the oven.
Boy, am I glad I ate before this.
The doors close, and Count Strahd gestures, enjoy.
And then it just gets the, was it the Always Sunny opening, or it's like the crew joins Strahd. You won me over with the lobster bisque. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this.
As you dig in, do you dig in, or do you just like take a small bite? How do you do this?
Well, I mean, I imagine I take a healthy bite, but I'm not gonna eat like a slob.
The first bite is sweet and like succulent at the same time. It's got this like little tinge of salt that just like makes your tongue tingle. There's this like ever so subtle, like red pepper with a little bit of cayenne kicked in there that makes you can feel your palate watering, and it's like hard to talk. Like you're about to say something about the food, and then it's like hard to talk because it's just you're salivating so much, and then after you swallow, you take another bite, and it is, god damn it, Alma, it is the best fucking lobster bisque you've ever had in your fucking life.
You know, is she gonna make it? Is she gonna? She barely holds back tears. She almost cries.
It is.
Her eyes are definitely watering. You can tell that she's choking back the fact that this is the best thing she's ever tasted in her life.
Gore looks like he's like, you know that meme of that guy that's like sitting there with like the vein busting out of his head? It's like you when you haven't told somebody that you have a hardcore Iron Man account or something type
Yeah.
That's him right now, but you know that he just wants to grab the whole like loaf of like freshly baked cheese bread that has been like ripped open and this soup, this bisque has been poured into. It's taking every last ounce of willpower to keep him from
Almost just
grabbing it and shoving the whole thing into his mouth at once.
almost just looking up at the ceiling, like a single tear rolls down her eye, like that manga meme where it's like the manly tear. She just sides-eyed Gore and she's like, hold it together, brother. This is the toughest fight we've ever fought.
That's fucking funny. So, Strahd gestures towards you and says, I trust that you find the bisque to your liking.
Yeah, it's okay.
Captain, this is the best thing I've ever
Shut up,
had.
Flintlock, I know! It's the best thing I've ever eaten!
Even Sai is like, oh my god, oh fuck, it's so good. Like, doing the best she can to like stifle back how good it is. It's like the best thing you've had since you've come into Barovia, easily. But like, again, the best bisque you've ever had in your life. As they, first course is kind of finished. You know, it wasn't like a huge serving, but it was definitely enough to whet your palate and leave you wanting more. The doors open once more, and the plates are cleared out from you. The doors close behind these invisible servants. So how have you found your time in Barovia, Captain? I can't help but feel like everything that you've been doing has been taking it out of you.
I mean, yeah, we've been worn out, certainly. It's been one of the hardest journeys of our lives. But we've also had some pretty good scraps, which is always good for the muscles and the bones. I mean, I just got this bisque, so I guess that alone makes this worth it.
Just got this bisque. Sorry, that was funny. He kind of smirks at you, and you can see one of his sharp fangs behind his lips as he goes to speak again. Yes, one of the drawbacks of mortality is the degradation of one's form with time and exertion.
Well, I mean, you're looking pretty good, considering you're what, 1,000 years old?
He nods. Someone
Oh,
has
nailed it.
done their history.
Now it's just a shot in the dark. I'll take it.
I am a few hundred years older, but you flatter me, Alma. 1,000. How very kind of you.
Well, you know me.
And
I mean, even
must say
Balaban
that
over there's looking great.
there is not the slightest sound of
Aw,
anything
damn it.
coming from.
I wanted Senpai to notice me.
Strahd says, "Ah, yes, well, that dress suits you very well, indeed. I'm very happy we could find something for such a fitting person as yourself. As for
Now you flatter
Balaban-
me.
As for Balaban, the Death Knight never takes his armor off. There's no getting this one to put on anything special or formal. In his
I can
mind, I
respect that.
assume The tarnished armor he wears is enough for whatever formality he will assume. That is, if he had an original thought in his head anymore, but sworn to serve in death. I'm sure
You told Gory respected him. I would assume that was a thought, but maybe not.
He kind of like inclines his head. Truly, Gore.
Yeah, well, we did go toe-to-toe for a couple of rounds there. I hit him, he hit me. It was pretty good fight. Pretty good scrap. I crumped him in the end, though. You know, killed some angels.
And he like stretches his arms out behind his head to like emphasize it.
What's Death Knight to add to the list, right?
Strahd says, most impressive. It was you that slayed Balaban.
Yep. Killed that Morning Lord or whatever he called himself up there on that mountain too.
Indeed. Well.
Oh, don't forget, Gore. You also killed what's his name? Can I come back to me? The guy who gave you your sword.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, I don't have it.
You have to most do it. It's gone.
My sword. It's up in the room.
Was it Vladimir? No, it wasn't Vladimir.
I think Horngard.
Vladimir.
Horngard. That's the guy. Yeah, real prick, actually.
And you have inquired the wrath of Vladimir Horngard, have you?
Yeah, he's already shown back up once. Not a happy fellow, let me tell you that.
I do hope you know he is sworn to see me suffer for eternity, and...
Oh, he has made that very clear.
Last I heard it... Oh, that would explain the amulet you bear, Gorgonor.
This soul, yeah, got it from him. Same place I got the sword, actually. Crumped him real good. It was a good fight. We all showed up. Everybody did their jobs, and we just got to go home at the end of the day, and that's what's important.
He's talking like a quarterback.
Talking like a fucking interview. God damn it, I love him. Fuck me.
This is most impressive, Gorgonor. Perhaps you might find time in my chambers at some point. Such a studded champion as yourself. I'm sure you have the stamina, do you not? Gore kind of like smirks.
Wait a second, was that I'm sorry, Count. I like the ladies. I appreciate the offer, though.
Ah, very well. Consider it an open invitation. For now, anyways. At least until dinner has concluded.
Look at you, Gore.
The elf woman sitting next to him is now looking him up and down, but the look that she's throwing him, give me an insight check for Alma.
Oh no. She's gonna do horrible things to my orc. Where's my insight?
She's impossibly hard to read, but you're pretty sure that she's jealous?
Yeah, I would track. I mean, Gory is very strong.
Now tell me, these bandits of the ocean that you come from, is there a name for one such as yourselves? A coterie you fall behind? A banner, maybe?
I mean, I think the colloquial term is pirates, and I'm not sure I would use the word colloquial right there.
Pirate. No, you used colloquial correctly.
Oh, yeah, I've only heard it a couple times from my dad.
What a wonderful term. It rolls off the tongue. You pirate! Oh yes, I can definitely see why they would say something such as those two rapscallions such as yourselves.
That one works too. See, you know a lot.
I am a very
Vagabond.
learned man. He says, I'm a very learned man. When one has...
Oh, I can only imagine the library in this place. I didn't get to see it, but I imagine there's like a massive one somewhere.
When you mention the library, a smile crooks across his face, and he looks to each of his wives for a moment, and they all, like, immediately when they feel his gaze upon them, like, they weren't looking at him at that point in time, but when they feel his gaze upon them, they immediately look at him and return it for as long as he looks at them, until he looks away. You know, Castle Ravenloft has quite the extensive library. In fact, the other day I was reading a tome about an immortal dog. It was impossible to put down. And he waits.
Go on.
He's still waiting. Give me an insight check.
Wait, what is he waiting for?
Give me an insight check.
I thought you cut out for a second there, so I didn't know if you asked me a question or something.
Yeah,
Let
give me an
try
insight
that.
check. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know.
Yeah, the immortal dogs.
Impossible to put down.
Mm-hmm. Just like this lobster bisque.
Captain, I
Yeah?
think it was a joke. Like the dog was impossible to put down, and the book was a double entendre.
What is a double entendre?
It's when you say
It is not important, Captain.
I didn't get that joke as a person either, so.
Fitting.
Oh goodness.
When he laughs that deep, mirthless laugh, he very quickly ceases as he brings up the wine to his lips. Oh, look at that. The entree is being served. The doors open, and out comes this perfectly pan-seared tuna. It's this thick, white steak.
No, not again.
The char on it doesn't seem to be carbonized as much as it is like flavorized. Like, what the fuck did they put in it? There's this crust made with like these like fresh breadcrumbs that they seem to have like saturated in garlic sauce and some kind of like oil and thyme.
My God.
There's this medley of fresh greens, and as it's served in front of you, this mayonnaise, this butter sauce, is very liberally poured from invisible hands over until the plate is served. The doors close once more, and Count Strahd says, "Please begin."
Gore.
Yeah.
This dress didn't come with any extra underwear. I can't handle another course.
How many meals do rich people eat?
I've heard like 6 sometimes.
Oh, God damn it.
It's okay, we can do this. Deep breaths, brother. Deep
I
breaths.
can do this. I don't know if you can do this. You just shovel it over onto my plate. I'll take care of it. No problem.
Wait, what do you mean you could do this? You literally, you almost broke down from the bisque.
Captain, I've eaten a lot of stuff in my day. It's like child's play.
Uh-oh, Chuck says, "I'm vengeance." Chuck, just so you know, this is the Dinner with Strahd episode, so I don't know how many combat rolls we're going to be making for...
Oh no, he's gonna ruin my food.
But it is
I'm
very
gonna have
nice
a
to see you.
subpar dining experience.
Gonna have a subpar dining experience. It is very nice to see you, though, Chuck.
Wait, hang on, let me Google. What is it, Castle Ravenclaw? Is that on Yelp?
I'm vengeance.
It reminds me of that video way back when, like, Was it the mom's making dinner? She's like, Timmy, what do you want for dinner? He's dressed like Batman. He's like vengeance and he choke slams her.
I'm vengeance.
Alright, Gore, let's do this. Let's try this.
So Gore, Flintlock, you and Sirik all dig in, and oh yeah, it's like
No!
it's like they caught it today somehow, and like they filleted it up as like while it was still living. It's that fresh, and then they immediately threw it on the grill. It's that fresh, like you can almost taste the salt water in it, but it's not gross. Like it's like another added flavor to it. The layers of like rosemary and thyme with like the garlic and the butter malinaise that's been poured over this. The greens are the freshest vegetable you've ever had.
Imposes that will. Press the advantage.
Oh shit. You get advantage, Ted. Good for you.
You gonna say that chance food?
Thank you, Chuck. Much appreciated. Yeah, everything about this meal, it's like Gordon Ramsay himself cooked it for you.
The fucking lamb sauce.
The little,
I don't know what lamb sauce is.
The little like side of bread that they've served with it is like
Not
charred
perfect
with
bread.
charred with the same like texture as the breading to the fish. It like crumbles in your mouth the second it hits your tongue. It just like becomes this like warm, buttery like sauce that just like coats the inside of your mouth until you swallow it.
No! This is... Oh, there's so much more food still coming.
Are you gonna make another constitution check?
Oh no, like I've already lost to this meat. It's just... Oh, you want to see if this breaks me? Do I cry on this meal? Let's see.
You do have the advantage unless you want to hold on to it
Yeah,
for later.
nah, I'm gonna take the advantage. I'm not gonna cry in front of Strahd. Ugh. Oh, that rolled weird.
I don't think it rolled it.
There it goes.
Nope, you nat 20 that. You got a total of 22.
I sucked the tears back into my tear ducts.
It is the best fish that you've ever had, and you've lived on mostly fish.
I know, that's such bullshit.
Like, if you could kiss the cook, you would absolutely want to do so. It is just
I'd
so
kidnap him.
utterly spectacular.
I'd kidnap him and I'd find someone who has like brain magic, and I'd suck out his brain and put it in mine so I could cook like this. And I wouldn't lose an ounce of sleep over it.
How is the fish, Alma?
It's okay. It's pretty tasty. You know, I eat a lot of fish.
Tuna, correct.
Yeah, it's tuna, alright.
I hear that is like the steak of the seafood world. I went to great lengths to read up and prepare this for you.
That's very much appreciated. It's very tasty.
But, of course, the credit for the cooking goes to Cyrus Bellevue. He is quite wonderful, I must say. I wouldn't
Thank
know.
God.
I don't eat, though.
Oh yeah, I guess you haven't been eating this entire... Wait, has anyone else been eating this entire time? No, probably not. Wait, the elf,
Rahadin.
maybe.
Rahadin.
Yeah, that makes sense. It just dawned on me that everyone else here doesn't eat.
Nope. The giggling one is
She's still giggling?
Oh, this whole time.
Okay, that one's deranged.
This whole time she's been giggling.
Jesus.
She finally stops, and she gets her face really close to Sirik, like within like a few inches,
Personal space.
and you can hear from across the table, "That's quite inappropriate." She doesn't say anything for a moment. "Valentia, that is quite inappropriate." The woman stops. "Ludmila, it's not often we have guests anymore. Plus, this one, the dramatic irony, it's so palpable. Her mother sent her here, or at least allowed her to be trapped here. But she's the last one of her kind. What's going to happen? I feel like they're all going to die, and we're going to drink their blood. I bet hers tastes like rot. That remains
I didn't
to
laugh.
be seen, Valentia. And when we do see, it will not be on our choice. That is correct, Valentia. Do not be so weird to our guests.
I'm
Now,
glad we all get along.
as I understand it, you created that contraption that you wield, that, what did you call it? Firearm? The rifle and your pistol?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the second me for a second there. But that was a whole other thing we had to go on about. Yeah, Flintlock builds his own stuff.
And where did you get these designs, little one?
I stole it from a dragonborn.
You stole it from a dragonborn?
Yeah, you know, sometimes you get stuck at land and you need something to do, and you end up joining a little gobble uprising, and you take some plans for yourself, and then you make your way out to sea and you join a pirate crew.
Interesting. And how does this contraption work? The Gobbo goes into the in-depth explanation of how firearms work, but you can tell that the whole time Strahd's tracking. He's not like losing him or like, wait, but what's that? Or like any
No, he's a good listener.
any
Is
confusion.
this
like,
simping? Am I about to become a simp? I'm gonna end up joining Strahd, aren't I? God damn it, it was the food.
After a like good 10-15 minute explanation, he finally finishes and Strahd goes, "Ah, now I understand why it is called a firearm. It is a weapon like an arm, but you fire it, and also it uses the power of a small explosion like fire to propel. Yes, no, this makes sense. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for your explanation, little one. I will remember this. I appreciate it."
Yeah, no problem. If you need a demonstration, I can.
At this point, the doors open once more,
God no.
and what is served is the most decadent brownie.
I don't even know what a brownie is. This is gonna destroy my worldview.
Atop it is this frozen cream.
Oh god, no, they have. Forgive me,
And-
Ghost Dad.
Drizzled upon it is more cream, but this one is only chilled and it's got more of like a fluffy texture to it. On top of that, chocolate, like a glaze, poured over it. And a single solitary maraschino cherry. Right on the load, placed before you and all of your friends. And when the doors close again, the spoons are cold to your touch so as to not disturb the ice cream. But when you dig down into the brownie, oh, the brownie's so warm. And the inside, it's fudge. When you take a bite,
I like this.
there's notes of nutmeg and cinnamon and Mexican vanilla
I don't even know what that is.
and pure cane sugar.
Oh no.
The most familiar flavor you've ever had. Rum.
Oh no. You turned me into that Ratatouille meme where he takes a bite of something and becomes 8 years old again. Come on, Alma. You can hold this together. This is dessert. We just gotta get through this, girl. Hold back the tears!
That wasn't
I'm
the
not imagining
tower.
eating rum with my dad. Fuck you, Strahd.
That wasn't in the tower.
No! We got this. You might be making me remember seaside ice cream with my dad, but I will not break.
Oh. Finally, Alma.
No!
You are transported through
You
time,
bastard! You ratatouille'd me.
grabbed like behind your navel, and you can feel yourself. Oh, hi, Delta
Wait,
Flashback.
who's touching
Thank
my
you for the
navel?
raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Welcome in. You can feel yourself being pulled like through your navel into this like singularity in time where you remember at 7, 8 years old, sitting on this pier with your dad in some small island. You've never seen him do anything weird or wrong here. Maybe not wrong, but you've never seen him hurt anyone here. It seems like some kind of place where him and all of his friends and your uncles, your Uncle Gorgonor, they all seem to be really at ease here. He's got this big, hearty bottle of rum, and he lets you take a little bitty sip for the first time.
No.
And it's the moment that you remember that you first made your dad proud. And you know it because he gave you rum.
Damn it. That was when my class changed to pirate, was in that moment.
You can see him smiling down at you, and as he ruffles his hands through your hair, and you close your eyes, beaming, when you open them again, you are in the dark, cold castle of Ravenloft. And across from the table, Count Strahd von Zarovich, he beams at you. This toothy, mirthless grin. Predatory, he says. And Alma, Captain of the Ebon Rose. Though your friend Gorgonor is indeed a fine specimen, a champion, Flintlock, he is the most intelligent of his kind. And Sirik, such a stalwart and loyal companion. One that would guide your footsteps if you allowed her. Why is it that, despite all that they might offer, you are the one that I would allow to take up the mantle of this dark pact? Why I would be more inclined to let you be the one who sets me free of this curse? Alma. Alma. A bandit
Yes?
of the ocean. A pirate. Such lowly beginnings. Such heights that you might rise to.
You think too highly of me.
I have seen.
Although I guess I am pretty cool.
I have seen what lies beneath the surface. I have seen that you are quite capable of bloodlust. To the degree that, despite all the hate that Sirik could muster, not even she could rival.
I guess Alma gives him a big old smirk and a little shrug. Well, you weren't supposed to look that deep.
I'm sure you have been wondering why Balaban is sitting before you.
Well, I just assumed he's not as easy to kill as we might have thought.
No, you defeated him. You truly did. Let none take that victory from you. Balaban never knew how to stay dead. The dark powers that I swore to. My first night, sealed in blood. The only that stood against all the forces of Castle Ravenloft. But you already know about that, don't you? The tome. You have it. It is in your possession, is it not?
It is, recently, actually.
Please. Tell me what you thought of it.
Well, I cede this question to you, Sai, since you were the one that read through it.
She looks over to you, and you get the impression that she really doesn't want to say what she actually thought about it.
Sai, we're having essentially a parlay, so please be honest with our host. I'm sure he can handle it.
I think that you don't like to lose. And I think that you hate losing so much that when it came to simply allowing the woman you loved to live, and you can feel a pressure begin to build on top of all of you. The lights in the room begin to dim a good portion. And she continues after a moment. I think that you made a deal with the worst thing that anybody's ever known because you couldn't stand to lose. For a moment, it's as if everything goes black. And then everything's just as you left it. Everyone's sitting exactly where they were. Nobody's moved a muscle. Except for Count Strahd, who... his goblet is now empty. And when he snaps his fingers, the door opens. And another carafe is brought in. It refills his goblet and very quickly exits the door, closing it behind him. I never knew defeat in my life. And in death, it is true that I have never known death either. Indeed, the one mar on this is the affection of Tatiana, my beloved. Though her heart was sworn to another, if only the fates could have been kind. And then Strahd is silent for a very long moment.
Maybe I'm just not fully understanding, but considering what I've witnessed in our scraps across Barovia, is it that far out of your power to bring her back?
He scoffs for a moment.
I forget. Though you may be making yourselves into a formidable force, you are still but babes. I cannot. For the curse that the Queen of Crows placed upon me means that whatever souls are within this realm are out of my reach. And then he gives you this evil, menacing grin. That was until
Until us?
what's that?
Until who?
Until I figured out what it was that my wet nurse placed within me so long ago. Not this spark of magic, no. No, she gave me something far, far more sinister than that. She gave me the hunger. A fraction, ever so slightly, in my name, of the word of annihilation. The end of all things.
Well, why not just break the shackles, right? No gods, no masters. That's what we live by.
You are not so different. You and I, one might consider us kindred spirits. What I seek to do is devour this land, an ancient right, the druids that dwelled here. They speak of a means to subsume one's soul. When bound to a place such as this, to devour it, like a serpent its own tail, and be reborn, land unshackled from land.
Well, what's stopping you from doing that? Sounds pretty solid to me.
He's holding his wine glass, and he just stops dead in his movements, and his eyes flit directly to yours, and he tilts his head sideways as he puts his wine glass up to his lips. Before he takes a drink, he simply says, "You."
Well, I mean, that's nothing personal. I just don't want to die in the process, if you understand my drift.
As I understand it, your father told you to take this curse, to wrench it from me. You would betray your father's wishes like that?
I wouldn't say betray. As long as I get to go home at the end of the day and destroy where I came from, I guess it doesn't really matter in the end, does it?
But you are just immortal. I fail to see how you would destroy anything without. Without maybe taking this power from me. I would not part with it.
even my wives, they are but a fraction of my own power, my own strength. In truth, my true power lies far beyond this corporeal form you see before you. This is merely its vessel.
Understandable. You are remarkably strong. I understand that. And of course, obviously, if I could return back to Izmira with such power, I would be a god amongst men. Without a doubt.
What's stopping you from claiming it?
Now I get to do the thing. Alma lifts up her glass, looks at him and says, "You." Takes a big swig.
He chuckles darkly to himself. Indeed, it seems that we are not so different, you and I.
Not at all.
But you see, Alma, though I could just let you go as easy as that, I need a successor to rule in my stead. And when I am free of this place, that person will stay here.
And what would you do outside of Barovia?
I would break every last bone and drink up the marrow of Ismira, bathe in the blood of her people, and bring upon the endless night, upon which all would suffer and know the name Strahd von Zarovich.
It's an admirable dream. Unfortunately, one that I can't let come to pass. Because that's my destiny.
He smiles at you. It has been far too long since I have had one that I might consider a real challenge.
Likewise, my friend.
I look forward to the coming nights, Alma. Most assuredly. We all do. And at
We
that,
certainly do.
Balaban finally, after an hour and a half of no movement whatsoever, noisily clanks upwards, pushes his chair in behind him, and makes his way to the door. As he goes through, it closes behind him of his own volition. You will have to excuse the old Bloodhawk. He does get so anxious after long meals. Something about not being able to eat anymore.
Understandable.
Why should you inherit this power? What makes
Because
you
I can take it.
so- I would love to see you try. But something tells me that one way or the other I won't be here to see it. Or you won't be.
Checking out before our destined fight?
Never. Never.
Then where else would you be?
I will rest in the crypts beneath Castle Ravenloft. It is only right that the dead rest where they lie. I invite you, Captain, in my absence. Explore the castle. See what it is you would wish to take for yourself. You are a bandit of the ocean. Perhaps you will plunder my treasury. Perhaps. You will only find the lower levels will be inaccessible to you. Beyond that, well, he smiles and finishes his wine. Feel free to explore. But when the sun is up, I would suggest leaving.
Duly noted.
And when he sets his wine glass down, he stands up from the table, throwing his arms out. Come, my consorts. It is time for rest. And as they crowd around him, all three of them, they turn into this swirling form of mist that sucks into the chimney behind Strahd, leaving only you and Rahadin. And that is where we will go to our break. Don't go anywhere, anybody. We are going to take a quick 5 to 10, and we will return with more Curse of Strahd, Rise of Alma. Excuse me.
Jesus.
I hope that was off the air.
I was about Where the fuck did I go?
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. We sure do appreciate it. As we return, we see that the party has been escorted by Rahadin back to their suite in Castle Ravenloft.
Oh, I see it.
I dropped it into chat for you there.
Yep. Oh, it's chugging.
Chug a lug, my guy.
It's trying. There it goes. We're back.
We back. So as Rahadin leaves, I will read the description of the room. 'Cause I
Wait,
didn't
he's
read-
leaving this room?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you have any questions for him or anything, but I mean, you're gonna have to probably make a fucking persuasion check to even get him to stop and talk to
No,
you.
no, yeah, he seems like the type, so I'll just let him go.
As thunder shakes the tower, heavy beams groan under the weight of the ceiling. 3 ornate lanterns hang by chains from these beams, each casting a dim glow. The curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and steel lattice work. A bookcase sits on the east wall between 2 doors. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are placed about the room. The fabric has faded with age, and the pattern it depicts are nearly gone. Lounging on one couch is a young man whose attire, while elegant, is worn and faded.
Hello.
Can you drag him, please?
Oh.
Okay, there it goes. No, not you. I wasn't telling you. I was telling fucking Fantasy Grounds. My mouse is being really finicky lately. It's being. Oh, damn it! He disappeared. Okay.
You have a Naga? Is it doing that dreaded double click bullshit that I had to deal with?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm dealing with. My
Yeah,
suffering is-
the mouse is fucked. That sucks.
Yeah, I need to get.
I had to get a new one. It took me. Man, I had that fucking original Naga for like a decade, and then it finally started doing the double click shit, and it made everything. Try opening an inventory in the game. It was impossible. So I had to get this new Naga, which took me forever to get used to. But it's pretty solid now. But yeah, I know exactly what you're dealing with. It's that stupid every click's a double click or some bullshit.
Unless you hold it down with the force of 1,000 suns, like a
Yeah.
Star Scourge, fucking
Radon just Radon's holding back your mouse clicks.
gravity. Yeah.
Hold! Then some naked tarnish comes and just waylays him and your mouse gets fucked.
So this man.
Esther
is
and the 3 brides.
Escher. It's just the man, not the brides. You saw the brides at
Oh,
dinner.
but that one bride is really cool looking. The one with the skull mask.
That
I
was
get
the
to know
one that
her.
was eyeing you during dinner. Or no, I'm sorry, that was one.
Oh, these are the wives.
Laughing. Yeah.
Oh, the skull mask is the laughing one? Oh, she looks really cool. Damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah. The dark-skinned one was Ludmilla. The elf is the one who's wearing red. She was I'm blanking on her name right now. I can
What, the
pull
red
up
one?
again.
It was at a very, very pretty name, very elf name.
Anathrasia.
Yeah.
Anathrasia. And then the last one was Violenta.
I liked the calm one. She was very cool too.
Ludmilla, yeah, she's a fucking
Yeah.
child.
Yeah. Alma can definitely fuck with that vibe.
Yeah, Ludmilla is Chad confirmed.
Yep, that is a commander knows commander presence when she feels one. She's the what are they? What does Butters call it? Bottom bitch. Which ironically means the top one.
It's because she's the one that you can always count on.
Yep.
The youthful man on the couch is kind of splayed out. There's not really any other way to put it other than like just he a hoe. He's splayed out sexually, like he a hoe.
Okay.
As he looks you up and down, he looks to each of your party members and says, "Well, that was
Good work. But there's a lot of you.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm so lonely lately. Do you know what I mean?
No, not at all. I have my crewmates.
Well, good for you, but you've never wondered, like, how it feels to be held by someone?
Oh, got that at the windmill. I just take what I want. I don't know this weird nebulous emotion you're feeling.
Well, aren't you the lucky one?
I wouldn't call it luck. It's more like skill and determination. But sure.
Hmm.
What was it my father said? Oh, he had a saying for it. Was it luck is when preparation meets opportunity? I believe was the term.
I'll show
Then
you
I am
that.
lucky. Then again, why are you in my room splayed out on my couch?
Well, I thought that if Strahd didn't want me, maybe you might be up for a good evening together.
I mean, I'm flattered, but like, you just saw where I came. You saw that. Did you see the dinner I was just at?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm coming from that, and those people up here to you. Now I
Excuse
can't
me?
explain how
Ex-
fathomless the ocean is,
Excuse me,
but
I am one.
it's a bigger distance.
I am Strahd's wife. You will talk to me with respect.
You weren't at the dinner party, so you're like his ashamed wife or something.
We've had a bit of a falling out.
Okay, so that means you're not his wife.
I'm still his wife. I'm not dead, am I?
Well, you weren't invited to dinner, and I was covered in pig shit, like 3 hours ago when I was at dinner.
Yes, I can still smell it.
Yeah, and he still wanted to bang me more than you, but we're not here to make enemies, right? Why are you in my room?
I heard what you were conversing about, and I was simply wondering if you truly mean to usurp the Count. Truly.
100%, which my father tells me is as high as percentages go.
If you can get something for me, I would be your most powerful ally.
Well, I've heard that song and dance before, and that's a crock of shit. What do you get out of it?
What I've always wanted. To
Which
be a
is-
true vampire.
Oh, you're not even a real vampire. Wait, are the other ones real vampires?
We are close enough.
So it's just Strahd. Gotcha.
He will not share his power with any of us. Not truly, no.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna take it. Just like Ghost Dad said. It's a phantom.
But I'm much closer than you are. See, I... I have been given half of the gift. All that I require is... a bit of his blood.
Well, go ask your husband for his blood. Go take it right now. Miss Super Strong Ally.
He
Oh,
is
you
still a
can't,
man.
can you? Oh, Mr. Super Strong Ally. He's an elf and was very androgynous in his picture, so I couldn't tell.
No, I get that, but he is a wife of Strahd, but he is a man.
Gotcha. Wait, I didn't get your name.
I am Escher.
Well then, Escher, go take it. Since you're almighty.
No blade nor hand of man may pierce the heart of sorrow.
Mine went through his throat. Wait, heart of sorrow.
Perhaps I've said too much.
See, look, I'm not above making deals. It's part of the profession. But we have 2 of the 3 artifacts. We need to waylay him,
Oh yes, of course. Yes, no, go
and
on.
you're not the 3rd one.
Oh, okay.
So why do I need you?
Well, as I said, should you deliver to me some of his blood, I would be your most powerful ally. In fact, I might even know where another ally might lie, and I might even know something of crucial importance to my husband.
And what's to stop you from destroying us when you become a full vampire?
I guess you'll just have to trust me.
Trust isn't a part of my, vocabulary very much. And, assuming that we do help you, and you do stick to your word, and we do kill the Count, what's to keep me from destroying you when I take the mantle?
You will need someone to reign here in your absence. To
Do you want
guard.
this shithole?
I want to live free of my husband. He no longer wants me. Well, fine. I no longer want to be with him.
So I assume this could also work for any of the other wives.
I don't see them talking to you. Do you?
No, they might be too smart to do that. I'm still not sure how bright of an idea this is. You expect me to what? Sneak into his bedroom and give him a little prick? Scoop some of the blood up? No problems?
No. No. No, you would have to find something far more powerful than merely pricking his body. There is no blood left within him. Only the heart of sorrow.
Where would one find this heart of sorrow? And drain blood from it?
Well, how do I know I can trust you?
Well, how do I know I can trust you?
I believe we just went through that song and dance on my part.
I mean, you already know I want to kill him. I told so much to his face, so I'm not hiding any ulterior motives. Me kill Strahd, me become strong vampire. Those are my motives. You, I just met, and only have like a mysterious, foggy inkling of what you're up to. Other than being an estranged wife and just, I guess, not wanting to be the estranged wife anymore.
Hell hath no fury like a lover scorned, Captain Alma.
Gore has told me that.
It's true. I've said it 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, he has screamed it in battle sometimes, and it doesn't track every time. Sometimes it lands really good, but I'm not even sure if he believes.
You eat a really good brownie and it reminds you of the lady that made you brownies and ice cream back in the day.
And he begins just bawling as he shuffles off into the bedroom.
He's
okay, still having his Ratatouille moment. His hasn't
Gore.
passed yet.
He's still in the middle of Ratatouille. He's Ratatouilleing.
I'm Ratatouille.
Gore, remember, you're the butcher of Blackwater. You got this, boo. Yeah, those brownies really fucked us up. My dad's a ghost, by the way.
So I have heard.
Yeah.
Refused to stay dead, did he?
Yeah, he's a strong motherfucker. Wish he was around for a little bit more advice on whether or not to take up your offer, but that's dads for you. They become a ghost and then they leave.
Yes, my father was slain by the Count.
Yeah, mine was slain by mine own hand. Which ironically was the first time he was ever defeated. Which I guess ironically made him proud, even though I killed him.
He nods to you. I heard of the captain.
Look at me, I'm the captain now.
It is said that when the wolves surrounded him, he did not surrender
until he was roaring with their own power.
Yeah, he does that. Just like I'm gonna do to Strahd. And maybe you. But we might be cool. I can't really tell, honestly.
It is said that he took to the lycanthropic curse extraordinarily quickly, as if he was already a beast in the skin of a man.
Yeah, it felt like that when he killed us 5 seconds after being in Barovia.
What
But you
do
know, what kills you makes you stronger, I think.
What do you mean, killed you?
No. He eviscerated all of us. Our insides became outsides.
But you are here now.
Yeah, oh, we've died like. I died 3 times. I think Flintlocks died 3 times. Size died twice. Gore's died twice. The brownies might kill him a third time. I don't know.
How is it that you are dead, yet you are
Hell,
still
Strahd
standing?
even cut me in half. That shit hurt. That bullshit sword of his.
Why is it that you might die yet still live?
I thought that's just how things worked here.
He nods his head no, or shakes his head no. None that I am aware of. I thought it had something to do with our souls that. You know,
Oh, right. What Cyrix said. Souls. We have
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, no one else here has those, right? So.
Well, the one girl does.
Right. Well, but that's why we keep reincarnating in our own bodies, right? He shakes his head. You are not the first with souls to wander in here, though you are the first in some time. Those from outside of the Valley of Barovia before, when they died, their souls entered the pool, for lack of a better word. And when their next flesh would die, their soul would reincarnate again and again until my husband would either eat their soul or there would be nothing left. But they would incarnate as someone new, a Barovian, typically.
So what you're telling me is all the Barovians are just reincarnated people that your husband has eaten? Or have withered away?
He would not eat one of the Barovians. There's not enough for them left for him to consume, no, but yes, that is what they are. No new souls are born in Barovia. The library has books penned by my husband that say as much.
Tell me then, Esther. What would you do with Barovia if it was yours?
I suppose I would let the Barovians go.
Why?
He smiles for a moment. You know Rahadin, yes?
I mean, yeah, he seems kind of cold.
Believe it or not, he is from a place far warmer than any that I've ever known. He comes from a place called Skara.
I'm vaguely familiar. Haven't been myself, but I've seen maps.
It is a desert.
Yeah, we don't really visit those often.
Unreliable
Not enough
narrator,
coastline.
it is no longer a desert. And as far as he knows, it is a desert.
Yes.
It is a desert to the north of Izmir. On The northern face of the continent.
Seen it, never been. We don't tend to visit landlocked deserts. We're more of a coastal people.
He and his Keith, well, all of them seem to come from that place. It is said that they worship a god of fire.
Okay. I don't see what this has to do with our arrangement. You'll let him go because you want him to go home?
Rahadin is rotten to the core.
Okay.
He is the left hand of the Count. I would see to it that he and all those that would know of the desert be returned home. The Dusk Elves have no place here.
If you let the Barovians go, who's staying behind? I mean, if you want to rule in solitude, that's fine. I'm not gonna nitpick your ruling stature. I just don't understand.
He smiles at you. You misunderstand, Alma. I would let the Barovians go in hopes that they would bring in new blood.
That makes
Rahadin
sense.
is from a desert, yes.
Yes.
It is like to drink from a desert, the same soul over and over again, passed through 1,000 lifetimes. Dry, hoarse.
It's everywhere. Well, I can't say I don't see any fault in your plans, but you realize that, as I said, if I were to help you, and you did help me usurp Strahd, and I took on Strahd's mantle, I would be stronger than you, and you would be hoping that I keep to my word, just like I'm hoping you keep to yours. Am I correct?
Captain Alma, you're forgetting a key difference here, and that's okay. I don't trust that you understand the difficult internal politics that happen here. I don't love you.
Okay.
So why would I want to fuck you over?
That confuses me more, but I understand. I guess, like what Gore said, right? Hell hath no fury.
None at all.
Well, if it's simple vengeance, I can help you with that, no problem. Just gotta go stab a heart, right?
He gestures to Gore. What he has upon him is the only way to make it vulnerable. But rest assured, my husband will know and he will come immediately.
Then we're dead. Now, I'm all confident in my ability, but I faced him down 4 times thus far. Got a good jab in the last time, but he did cut me in half, so.
Then
How fast can
maybe
you make your move?
as soon as you deliver it to me.
Okay, I thought that would be the problem.
Castle Ravenloft does not open itself to me the way it does to my husband. It makes sure I know I am only a visitor here, like everyone else.
Then I would just pirate intuition guess that the heart lies on the floors I can't go to.
There is a way.
What might that be?
There's a tower, the second tallest of the spires, and I'm going to go ahead and show you a image. So the second tallest is what he's.
Okay.
It is accessible from the top. If you can find a way up there, you can make it.
So we need to get to the top of that tower.
There is a platform. I don't know how you might do such a thing, but... Well, I cannot presume that he can keep the crypt closed forever. He will have to come out again at some point.
How long is some point?
Time is meaningless to the dead, Alma.
I mean, he mentioned sunrise, so I assumed there was some sort of time limit on it.
He has his ways of expelling those he does not wish within his castle.
So what's to stop him from immediately expelling me once I get to the heart? Surely he can track my movement through this entire place.
Kind of tilts his head. One can only assume that he is... He kind of gives you this smile, distracted.
I feel your pain, sister, brother.
He's not
Waifu.
getting no bussy.
No, yeah, that's
My
rough.
man's is getting no bussy, dude.
Look, dude, I tried to. It's rough, man. She's got this whole brother problem, and it's just... I don't know. There's a lot of shit. I don't know. She might be related to Strahd. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there at the windmill. Shit's wild.
Are you telling this to him?
Yeah, I'm just... I'm just going off.
He kind of like... You can hear like his neck snapping for a moment. And then he like looks up at you. You speak of Tatiana.
No. I don't believe that's her name.
Captain... Irina.
Yeah, Irina.
She's the incarnation of Tatiana. If Strahd's tome is to be believed.
That kind of makes the whole thing sweeter, doesn't it?
You asking him again?
Yeah.
He doesn't know what you mean.
Oh, I was gonna bang her. Out of spite. Because Strahd seemed to like her a lot.
Yeah, that was a big reveal last session. I guess you kind of forgot about that part.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I kind of assumed. Since she's the only other person here with a soul and he really wants her. But I guess that pretty much confirms that.
Yeah.
But yes, that is who I'm speaking of.
And she is somewhere safe, I assume.
Yep, lock and key. Consecrated ground beneath holy relics. Ain't no getting in there.
That's good. That's good. That will keep him from getting to her.
Yep, he wasn't happy about it. Probably still isn't.
There's one more thing you should know before I leave, Captain Alma. Count Strahd guards his tome above all else. There is but one more artifact that you must find, as you said. However, there is none that will set him against you as quickly as finding his tome.
Really? I mean, other than a little, dirty laundry, it didn't seem that significant, did it, Si?
She
Just kind of like not really sure what to make of everything either.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just embarrassed. It's basically a diary. This
Inside
music slaps.
are the confines. Yeah, it's pretty good. Inside are the confines, the confluences of his dark pact. I cannot presume that you would be so easily able to decipher it. But it is true that, and he's pointing to the book that Sirik is holding, is the one thing that he will set both hands against you to get back.
Hmm. So Balaban is still an issue in a way. Although I don't expect you to know much about that.
Yeah, he shrugs. He doesn't really know. That's way before he came along.
Well, okay, we get to your blood. What's next?
I am free to move against my husband.
Yes, but how does that benefit me?
I assume that eventually this will come to some final showdown of some sort.
That's the plan. As soon as we get the other one,
Not
maybe an ally or two.
only will I aid you in this, but I will point you to one of these allies.
Hmm. Do you know anything about his nursemaid, wet nurse?
Bubbly Saga, yes.
Yeah, has she ever stolen an emotion from somebody before?
I have heard and read that the Fae deal in such things.
Hmm.
That the
I'd like to
deal...
get that fixed. She's a very good ally of ours. A friend, even. But I doubt I'll find those answers here.
She will never turn against the man she sees as her son.
Well, what happens when he's dead? Undead. Dead. The big sleep.
I assume she stops at nothing to bring him back.
Well, we
He
can't have
smiles
that,
at
can
you.
we? There's only room for one vampire queen in this world. And it's me. No offense to you. You can have Barovia.
He smiles. Maybe it's best you put her down before we make a move on my husband.
She wasn't exactly the easiest person I've fought, you know? In fact, she was extremely powerful.
Indeed. Well, one relic remains to be found.
Indeed it does. And something tells me you might know where it is.
He smiles at you.
Well, a deal's a deal, isn't it?
I will aid you to the best of my ability, once I am free to do so.
That's all I ask. If you know where the sword is, simply point us there, and that's all I could ask of you. Though, if you would like to show up for the final showdown and stick one to your husband, I completely understand that as well.
Consider this a gesture of goodwill, then.
What's
The
that?
artifact that you seek lies in the grave of my husband's brother.
That sounds bad.
It is in the crypts below this castle.
That sounds even worse. Because I don't think I can even get down now. But I guess that's not really our objective at the moment, is it?
I don't really know. What is your objective, Captain Alma? He gets up and makes his way over to the door.
Well, at the moment, that would be getting you what you want so you can help me get what I want.
He stops in front of you, and he sticks out his hand. Then let us consider this.
Yep. Alma shake his hand in return.
Let us consider this a working partner.
Of course.
He makes his way to the door.
Alma lets out a big sigh and looks over at, well, sigh. You know, every time we, I can't speak. Every time we turn around, we're making deals with devils, aren't we?
We never made one with something like that.
Do we really have a choice, though?
I don't even know anymore.
You're pretty intuitive. Do they really seem to dislike Strahd?
Give her an insight check. Certainly seems scorned.
Well, if what Cora says is true, that's one of the strongest emotions we can have on our side. I mean, any blow we can strike against him is one in our favor, isn't it? Even if we have to mop up the aftermath later. I doubt we're getting into the crypt without his help.
There's a peal of thunder overhead, and Sirik kind of sits on it for a moment before saying, Captain, I'm beginning to feel like Mother put us here for a reason.
You know, Sai, we've been butting heads the last couple weeks. But I love you, and I've always respected your opinion, even if it came from your religious standpoints. But what reason might that
I
be?
have to explain to you that it's not a religion.
You know me, blanket terms. Gods, goddesses. You know the ebb and rose. No gods, no masters.
Yes, but Captain, the difference between the gods that the Ebon Rose speaks of, like Mordecai, Messenger, or I don't know, some other vague, ambiguous angels of some other vague, ambiguous gods, the difference is there are still people around who remember my mother as she was. And those people are dead set on getting her back there.
But is that really a wise decision?
What do you mean? Of course, I mean...
Why not take the mantles for yourselves? Yourself, Sai. Why cede to somebody else and hope that you'll always land in their good graces before they spite you from existence? You realize down there at the dinner why I would refuse Strahd to offer me a place at his side? Because I'm no side bitch. I sit on the throne. I look down, I never look up.
Captain, you can't mantle someone that erased themselves from existence.
Sure you can. Alma reaches out and pats her on the head a little bit. You just gotta be a little ingenuitive about it, you know? Not even the gods are immortal. You might think me not too well versed in knowledge, but Dad read a lot of books to me. I've heard about the god wars and stuff. They died just like the rest of us. It just takes a lot more stabbing. And some creativity.
She gestures to the codex.
Those things are quite interesting. Books written by the gods themselves, or so I'm told.
it says that the very same entity that the Strahd speaks of making a pact with, the mother made a pact with her too.
The Raven Queen. That's who he speaks of.
No.
I'm not familiar then.
Persephone only brokered the deal. Strahd made a pact with death itself. But she pulled the rug out from under him.
Big move. I can respect it.
She saw what he sought to do. A man, a human, seeking to usurp Persephone's place in the world.
Ah, so that's what he meant when he said him and I were quite alike. I hide it well inside, but you've seen deep inside, haven't you, with those little eyes of yours? You know I'll burn his mirror to the ground. Just for the fun of it.
But when he failed, her first failure, after she banished him here forever, she made a very similar deal with death. She's no vampire like what Strahd is. She's something completely different. Captain, I think I'm beginning to put the pieces together. I don't think that...
I hope you can, because I think the rest of the crew is quite lost. But you've always been the smart one.
I think she became a phylactery for death.
Your goddess.
She nods.
That seems problematic, for my understanding. Oh, this music kicked in perfectly.
The book says that when death first sundered the universe, when he first broke the order of things and took his place, he made a series of artifacts. He called them the Articles of Annihilation. It took souls, gods, to make them. And I think that she's one of them.
But why would she do that? Or are you saying he did it to her?
I don't know. If she chose this, I could only assume it's to avoid death. To make it so that no one could ever take her place. To be forever.
Yet she can't seem to do much in that position, can she?
I felt stirrings, Captain.
we're so far away from home, but at night, when you're all sleeping, I'm all alone. It's like I can hear the voices of a million souls crying out for Mother. In the dark, in a sun's sigh.
Well, do you think she'd oppose us?
Oppose what, Captain?
I don't know. Our life goals, our ambitions, what we're doing here. Apparently we're wrapped up in one of her messes without really knowing what side of the coin she settles on, you know?
Captain, I don't really know what to think anymore, but I believe that what we're doing here, getting rid of this Strahd, this is what she would have wanted.
What do you want, Sai? Flintlock and Gore are easy enough to tell. As long as Gore's smashing, he's perfectly happy. As long as Flintlock is to see new blueprints and, you know, invent things,
And
he's
loot.
happy too. Yeah, glue.
Loot.
Wait, what? Loot. As for me, you know, as long as I'm looting and pillaging, I'm having a grand old time. But you, Sai, what do you want when we're in our sunset years?
I want to rebuild my order. I want to take back the moon. And I want to build a new order of death priests as I see fit.
It's an ambitious goal.
Someone else.
And you know what would help? If we took a certain Count Strahd's power, and I helped you along the way. Crewmate.
I believe I remember reading somewhere in Strahd's book that there are more secrets in that temple of his than just vampirism.
You talking about the, what was it they called it? The Amber Keep?
Amber Temple, yeah.
Amber Temple? Like what?
Maybe something that lets one separate themselves from death.
Is that not vampirism?
She shakes her head.
You're talking about something similar to what your god has pulled off.
She nods. But I wouldn't have to become a phylactery for death. I might be able to just make one.
Make a phylactery for death. Or
For
make a
me.
phylactery. Cyric, middle name, last name. Are you talking about becoming a lich?
He shrugs. There's many paths to power, Captain.
My oh my. What a crew we'll become, won't we? The Vampire Queen, the Lich Queen. Hey Flintlock, what do you want to be?
I want to make the biggest fucking cannon that anyone's ever seen.
Yes. Gore, shoot.
I want more of those
Oh,
brownies.
We're gonna... Alpha's gonna become Vampire Queen. Cyric's gonna become Lich Queen. Flintlock's gonna invent, like, a cannon on the moon that could destroy a continent. and Gore's gonna open a bakery. It's gonna be the best goddamn bakery in Izmira. Well, we'll be quite a force to reckon with, won't we? No one will be able to stop us.
Only an ocean between us and what we want.
Ah, well. We've sailed them before, right? On much rougher seas than this.
No, I think this is pretty much the shittiest situation any of us have ever found ourselves in.
Yeah, thanks for the luck.
Or could probably ever find ourselves in.
Okay, fine. It's the roughest seas. But that just means once we get through this one, nothing else compares, right?
Nobody really has anything to say to that.
Alright. Well, then it sounds like we're gonna go steal some blood from a heart.
And I think with that, we will end session.
Strahd.
Oh, Strahd.
Just like the moonlight just reflects across the window and he's there.
He's just like floating outside the window watching you guys with like a smile on his face and like a
Yeah, he's
thumbs
just, yes. Nice job!
The best.
Talking to some other fucking ghost that's like experiencing eternal purgatory hell. He's like, hey, psst, that's my daughter. He just screaming.
Well, that was a good session. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I had a grand old time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh man, that was a whole session of roleplay, pretty much.
Yep, love it. I see why. Well, I mean, I know it's because you're doing it justice because you do Strahd so well, but I know he's always been regarded as such a iconic villain.
I just love playing a bastard, and he's a
so
bastard.
he is, and he's so ever present. Like we basically, you don't play Final Fantasy 14, but like one of the main villains, his whole thing was you kick the shit out of him once, or actually he kicks the shit out of you, but it's the only time he's ever had to try, and he's like, oh, I will now live for this entire rivalry because you made me feel something, and now me and Strahd have that, or we're both trying to kill each other, and it's like, you know what, you make me try really hard, and I like that.
Oh yeah, I dig that. I was really sketched out by how you were going to take Balaban coming back, but like literally a function of Death Knights is that they come back. Like they die and they come back. They don't stay dead. Like they just...
No, it literally didn't even faze me. I was like, oh, there's Balaban.
Yeah. I had him in the pocket for a while. I was like, when am I going to bring him back? I was like, oh, this is perfect. Yeah, just bring them all in.
Yeah, that's gonna be a right bitch. But I had to fight him and probably the second guy at the same time because I have no idea what the second guy's capable of, but I'm sure it's nonsense.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're all a little bit stronger than him.
You probably will be. I imagine so. Unless you just do something crazy.
Well, I've been trying to avoid that in Barovia because it hurts. I'm not 30 tons of adamantium anymore. I'm squishy and human.
Big true. Big true. But man, that was a lot of fun. I really wanted to make sure that I got the fucking dinner party part right. That was a real good old time.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Roleplay as Strahd for just a whole lot of
whole
time.
ass,
Was
2 hours or something.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
All his brides. Yeah.
Crazy
shit.
bitches.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up for the session. While I find somebody for us to raid into, Ted, do you have anything to shout out?
Oh, just thanks everyone for being here, supporting Derek. He puts a lot of work into this. And he, I'm proud of him. He does really good work, especially his maps.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
With that, yeah, he put a lot of work into it, and it shows. Not many people can pull off 3 hours of just roleplay with no action and have it be entertaining.
The only reason that it's a little bit challenging and I feel a bit drained is because there's literally nobody else to go off of. Normally when you play D&D, you got like
me and you
people.
bouncing.
Yeah, and like the players can like talk amongst themselves and like express how they feel.
And I try on my end to keep that interesting for you, and because you do so well on the crewmates, it's fun talking to them. So I try to engage with them as often as I can, because that lets me get some perspective that I can bounce back off of.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate
I
that.
think Gore and mine's Ratatouille moment was really funny.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was great. I
I
loved
tried so hard. God, the brownie broke me.
the dessert, the final course. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah,
God damn it, they had to
rolled
put
a
rum in
3
it.
on that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, they got me.
Roleplay is fun though, man. I really enjoy it. We've been doing a lot of roleplay in Covet for the past couple sessions, and we're finally going to be getting back to some good old-fashioned D&D shit. So I'm really looking forward to
Roleplay's
that.
fun. I mean, there were times when we were doing Anvil and Talia, and we had like entire 6-hour sessions of nothing but trials and casinos.
That shit was so much fun, dude.
Yep.
Hell
A
yeah.
lot of people, there's two halves to D&D. I like combat just as much as I like roleplay.
I big agree on that.
I mean, shit, that counteracts the Balaban episode where that was just combat.
Very true, and it's always nice to come back in on something that gets back into the atmosphere. Coming back in on roleplay, I feel, is a lot better than coming back in on like heavy combat. You know what I mean?
Dude, that organ music fucking slapped.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good shit.
But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it. Tomorrow, Homebrew Homies, you can find me and my boy Will and my boy Red, and our guest for the week is JJ Band Reaper. You might know her on Twitter as JJ Cray. She's awesome. She's super sweet. We're gonna be talking about technology in the setting of Lamina, so you're not gonna want to miss that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Wednesday, let's fucking go. Dark Heresy, Path of Contrition, Session 1. I cannot fucking wait. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. Super excited for that. I wanted to play Dark Heresy. I keep saying this on stream, but I don't give a shit. I'll repeat myself.
You've said it to me a lot too. Even before you started streaming, we've always wanted to play Dark Heresy.
I've wanted to play Dark Heresy for as long as I've been playing tabletop games, so I am so fucking excited for that. It's only going to be once a month, so just keep that in mind. Oh, thank you, Gian. I appreciate that, man.
Hey, my buddy, I owe you fucking shit on Final Fantasy. I'm sorry.
Go get him his goddamn mats.
I got locked out of my account. Okay, it took me like 3 hours to get that shit solved.
That's fair. All right, we'll go get him his mats now. Thursday, maybe Elden Ring stream. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm a bit tired, but we'll see. And then Friday, I'm definitely taking off. I'm Nomadic Mori ended last week. I'm still a bit emotionally drained from there, and I've had a whole bunch of streams since then. So, yeah, I'm definitely taking Friday off. And we'll see, maybe Elden Ring stream on Thursday, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Saturday, Covet Syndicate, hell yeah, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Before that, Descent into Avernus, the Blood War, Session 1 at noon, so 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. British Standard Time, because the DM for that is British. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. You can catch me and some of my other friends playing some Dungeons & Dragons, led by the legendary Ampersand D20. He has sponsored this stream in the past, so we love Paul. Thank you, Paul. And let's see, Sunday Irizumi at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then next week you can find us here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, playing more Curse of Strahd, Rise of Alma. So, that's going to do it for us. We're going to raid into Danny Hurt. Make sure you guys stick around for the souls, if nothing else. Oh, thank you so much for the kind words in chat. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all are so kind. But yeah, love you guys. I will see you tomorrow for Homebrew Homies at 7. And let's make some noise when we get into Danny's chat. Bye, guys.
It's impossible to take hold of the world's spotlight overnight. Create your own uniform. Be a cover model, a powerful